23, 31.
Am I allowed to rotate this a little bit?
Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, a pleasant good evening, everyone, as we are game number 6 here at the Hinkle Holiday Classic. Held here at Jacobs High School in Algonquin, Illinois. It's the Rockford Boylan Titans taking on the Prairie Ridge Wolves, as we pick things up in action here. It's been a pretty nice day so far. Ben Erickson alongside Tegan Pompa for this one as we get all of our notes and everything adjusted. Nice effort there for number 23 for Prairie Ridge. That's Tyler Loading. And we'll let you know who the starters were here in just a moment as we kind of situate ourselves here in game number 6. Been a nice day of basketball out here. Cold outside, but it's nice and warm inside. Rockford Boylan, Tegan is 6-0. Prairie Ridge 8-1 for the 2015-2016 season. Making his way in to the lane, and a strong effort there. Number 10, Zach Cooper, puts it up, and Cooper is on the board for the first time here this evening. Ball gets turned over in transition there. Your starters, as we got a quick timeout, and I'll tell you, I'm going to take advantage of that timeout as we were a little rushed on getting our stream in here, Tegan. Prairie Ridge is going to start number 12, Peyton Otto, followed by number 23, Tyler Loading, who we talked about just a second ago. He's got 2 points. Brian Dorn is also in there for Prairie Ridge, as is Logan Card and Chris Bradshaw. Those are your starters for Prairie Ridge. As we have the quick timeout for Rockford Boylan, Zach Cooper is going to start for them, as is Luke McDermott. Hunter Deckman, Anthony Foreman, and Sam Furley. So Foreman and Furley starting for the Titans. All right, now that we've got that squared away, Tegan, now we can start talking some basketball here. All right, Prairie Ridge and Boylan. All right, bringing it across. Prairie Ridge is wearing the black, maroon, and white jerseys. Good penetration into the lane there. That shot's no good. Taken down by Loading. And Rockford Boylan is wearing the white and green jerseys. Also got the green shoes to match. Shot from the land of 3 is good. And that's Hunter Deckman with the 3-pointer. Gives his team a 7-0 lead, with just 6:30 left here in the first quarter.
With Prairie Ridge playing a 2-3, Rockford Boylan is going to need to shoot a lot.
Another 3-pointer on the way there. That's number 12, McDermott. So perhaps an early McBucket sighting there, huh? 10-0. Boylan with the lead. I was talking to the coaches as we were getting the lineups, Tegan. Boylan did not play in a Thanksgiving tournament this year, so that's why they don't have as many games as some of these other teams that you'll see here in the Hinkle Holiday Classic. Strong to the hole. He's fouled en route. Number 10, Zach Cooper, is going to head to the line.
That lack of exposure, like by not playing the Thanksgiving tournament, could hurt them down the stretch, like in February or March, if they get that far in the tournament.
I know a lot of teams use these the holiday tournaments to kind of take a look at the rest of their rosters. You see Boylan's got 7 guys that are sitting on the bench, including, it looks like maybe 1 injured player, so 8 guys on the floor. It's nice in these holiday tournaments to be able to take a look at everybody that's on the team. And you know, a lot of things you can see in practice, obviously, as Zach Cooper hits that second free throw, but it's nice to see players in game action. I'm sure as a high school player you would probably agree with that. There's nothing like being in a game.
Yeah, the tournaments are usually where people who don't really play get a chance to show the coach like they belong in the game.
Absolutely. Prairie Ridge now trying to inbound. They are yet to score. It's 11-0. As Rockford Boylan has the advantage in trying to get through the trap right there, and gets called with an offensive foul, is number 12, Otto, for Prairie Ridge. Peyton Otto, they've got him listed as 6'1". He's a senior. Boylan with it now, tries to penetrate down low, and the ball trickles out of bounds, but it's going to stay on that half of the floor. So Tegan, talking about your experience as a player, would you say that the pace of the game early in the first quarter, in that first part of the game, is a lot quicker than later, or does it matter on kind of what's going on in the game itself, where everybody kind of slows things down a little bit?
Usually the first couple minutes are really intense, especially the first quarter and the third quarter. But during the fourth quarter, usually towards the end it gets intense, but normally the pace slows down, everyone gets tired, and they get situated in all their offense and defensive schemes.
Set shot there by Dorn from the land of three puts his guys on the board now. It's 11-3. Another three-pointer on the way is no good. Rebound controlled by Boylan. Over the head pass down into the corner, going to swing it back up top now. McDermott, who had a three-pointer earlier this quarter. Nice little give and go there off the glass, and it's good. And Foreman has 4 points now in this early evening game out here at the Hinkle Holiday Classic. Ben Erickson and Tegan Pompa bringing you all the action here up in the bleachers in high definition. Nice pass, rolls it up, 33. Furley's got it. That's Sam Furley. They listen at 6'7", and Furley on the board. And Boylan right now, it's been all Titans, 15-3.
Yeah, the Boylan press has really been killing Prairie Ridge, and they're having trouble getting the ball over half court, so they're not really getting an opportunity to score.
It's a full timeout. Prairie Ridge going to slow things down a little bit. As we said, Prairie Ridge coming into the game with a pretty good record at 8-1. Boylan, who, as we said, didn't play a Thanksgiving tournament, they are 6-0, and I think it's pretty apparent why they haven't lost the game yet. They really put a vicious pace down there, and it'll be interesting to see if they can keep up that pace. So, as you said, as a player, the first quarter, those first couple minutes, really intense. Is that just everybody kind of feeling each other out and kind of seeing who can do what? Why do you think that that first part of the game is always a little bit more maybe anxious and the pace is a little bit quicker than the rest of the game?
Usually people are really anxious to get on the floor and just play basketball, but sometimes, you know, you want to go hard at a team to see what they're going to do, if they're going to fall back on their heels or they're going to fight back.
So in the last game, my broadcast partner was a coach, so I kind of got to pick his brain from the coaching perspective. Now I get to talk to a player. You, of course, are a junior at South Elgin High School. Do the girls play in a holiday tournament as well?
Yes, we play in the Riverside Brookfield Holiday Tournament.
It's a little bit of a drive from South Elgin then, as we've got a whistle, stoppage of play there, and a foul from behind. And did you guys start today, or you when do you guys start?
We start this Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prairie Ridge has got it on their half of the floor again, wearing the black and white from way back. Shot, the three-point attempt there is no good by number 23, Tyler Loading. Substitution for Boylan, it's Seminario is in there now. It's one of the fun things also about the holiday tournament, Tegan. You get to learn how to say about 80 different last names, and a lot of times wrong. But no matter how many times you go down there and ask for a pronunciation, it's sometimes can be interesting, as we've got a baseline shot there by number 23, Tyler Loading, which is good. Loading in the scoring column now for his team. Ball's taken away. Prairie Ridge was going to mount a nice little run right there, but a push from behind stops the action with 3:41 here left in the first quarter.
When Prairie Ridge gets stops on defense and they don't have to go through the Boylan press, they usually score, and they're doing a really good job of attacking the rim.
Seminario checks out. Sean Wispy is now in for Rockford Boylan. Furley kicks it out to number 23, Anthony Foreman. It's off his hand and goes out of play. 3:25. 10-point advantage for Boylan. Things have slowed down here just a little bit. Boylan came out like their shorts were on fire and really put it on Prairie Ridge, going out to a 10-0 run in the first part of the game. Breaking the press now is Boylan. They've got it down there on their half, wearing the white and green. Kick it up top, just off the fingertips of Cooper. Now he gets it back to Wispy. And now they're going to kick it outside to Farson. Three-pointer on the way from Reed Rowlett.
That was excellent ball movement.
So we're seeing some shooting here. Earlier in the day, we did have, I think, 13 or 14 three-pointers between two teams, which was pretty exciting to watch. And you as a three-point shooter, you know what that can do for your team when you drain a couple of those and extend the scoring.
Three-pointers are the most exciting scores besides dunking, but girls don't usually dunk, so all we got is threes.
Might have hit a wet spot down there on the floor. That was number 22 for Boylan, Rowlett, who just hit a three-point field goal just a moment ago. Gives his team an 18-5 advantage with 2:21 left here in the first quarter. Rowlett slaps it, trying to find somebody in white and green to get it to. Kicks it out to the safety valve, top of the key extended. Now back to Rowlett. He dribbles around with the right. Swing it over to Cooper. Cooper's got 3 points today. That one's taken away. Good defensive effort there by number 32, Card, for Prairie Ridge. Logan Card. Card takes the three-pointer. It's no good. And Rowlett's going to bring it across. Down low, little baseline drive. Offensive foul called against number 10, Zach Cooper. And we've seen a handful of offensive fouls today, so there's definitely some aggressive play taking place down there on the floor in this, the Hinkle Holiday Classic. And as happens in so many holiday tournaments, you get shift changes like hockey teams right there, and we've got a whole new lineup down on the floor for Rockford Boylan. We'll tell you who the numbers are here in just a moment. Furley's back in there. Hunter Deckman's also back in there. Looks like they probably put the starting five. McDermott's in there again. Otto gets the bucket just then there. 18-7. Underneath, and now out for a three-pointer, no good. As it was Deckman that followed his shot and then is promptly called with a foul.
That was a really good chance for Boylan to extend their lead because the Prairie Ridge zone was out of place. So if they would have gotten an easy bucket, that would have changed the momentum back to them, but right now it's still with Prairie Ridge.
Corey Lamb checking into the game for Prairie Ridge, a 6'1" senior. Now move it up the floor to Logan. Now outside for three off the front part. It's no good. Otto took that one. Rebound taken down now into the hands of Boylan. And they're going to work it left to right. Up the floor, in the air, off the glass. It's good. Count it. And it's number 24, it looks like there. Yep, number 24 for Rockford Boylan. That's Max Farson. And Farson's going to have the opportunity for an and one here, Tegan. The unconventional three-point play. That attempt is no good. Another foul called from behind. 20-7, 13-point lead for Rockford Boylan. Could be a high-scoring affair if they keep this going. You know, the more games you cover and the more games you play, and you see some different things that happened earlier today. We saw a technical foul called on the type of jersey that a team was wearing. I've never seen that before. Something about the stripes on the back as a three-point attempt from the corner is no good.
That's unusual.
In fact, it was against your South Elgin team. I think it was Huntley. There was some stripes. In fact, they were the same color as their jersey, but apparently there's some uniform infraction that was called. I'd never seen that before.
Was it during the middle of the game, or was it like?
It was sort of kind of the beginning. I think it was still maybe first, second quarter, right in there. South Elgin put together a pretty good effort today. They beat Huntley, I think, almost by 20. So that was a good game for your guys over there at South Elgin. say your guys, our guys. You know, you try to be impartial when you do these games, as we're enjoying Rockford Boylan here against Prairie Ridge. Game being produced by all South Elgin High School students, which is nice. Good opportunity for us to come out here and kind of practice on what we work on throughout the year. Prairie Ridge with it now, right to left. Kick it back out to Bradshaw, then quickly to Logan. That ball's knocked out of his hands, and here comes Rockford Boylan with just 5 seconds left. Can they get one away? 3, 2, 1. Does it roll? It's good, and it's in just as the buzzer goes off, and Farson lays it up, and seemed like an eternity for that thing to finally drop and fall in. So at the end of one quarter, Tegan, it's 22-7. It's been all Rockford Boylan so far.
They've been very unselfish with the ball. They've been doing great with ball movement, and they've been really getting Prairie Ridge off, really just capitalizing on all the plays that they get.
Absolutely. A lot of good ball movement. I would definitely agree. Zach Cooper's got 3 points for Boylan. McDermott with 3. Hunter Deckman with 3. Foreman has 4. Furley with 2. Rowlett with a 3-point field goal. And Farson with that last layup that kind of occurred right as the buzzer was going off. He's got 4. Scoring for Prairie Ridge, not a whole lot to report at this point. It is Peyton Otto with 2. Tyler Loading has got 2. And 1 3-point field goal for Brian Dorn. And that's really it for Prairie Ridge. Now, as a player in a situation like this, you look up at the scoreboard, Tegan, and you see, man, we're down 15 already. It's only the second quarter. What goes through a player's mind when you see a big deficit like that?
Well, if you're playing a fast team like Rockford Boylan, you really want to try to get in your comfort zone and kind of slow things down. You don't want to be pushing the ball against a fast team because that puts them in their happy place. So you want to slow down and play your game and just execute plays and just slowly chip away at the score.
All right, let's see if Prairie Ridge can do it as they try to deny the passing lane there and unable to get a hold of it. McDermott's got it right at about midcourt. Pass down in the corner, thought about the 3 for a second, was Deckman. Now swing it across to the other side. Loose ball down on the floor. McDermott's got it. Now kick it over far side. Great ball movement by Boylan. Into the lane, hanging it off the glass. It's good. McDermott, give him 5. That's Luke McDermott. Prairie Ridge now into the lane. Little floater. Love those shots. Brian Dorn has got 5 now with that. 24-9. Boylan with the lead. More good ball movement off the glass. He's going to go to the line. It looks like we're going to have another and 1. Count the basket. Hunter Deckman hanging up in the air just long enough to draw the foul, Tegan. Now he's going to go to the line for the and 1.
When you were reporting the scores at the beginning of the quarter, you could see that Rockford Boylan had a lot of people scoring, and Prairie Ridge only has a couple of people. So they're not, there's the same people are shooting, so they're not really getting the ball movement that Rockford Boylan is.
And 1 for Deckman is good. Kyle Loading has checked into the game for Prairie Ridge. Probably a relative, you'd think, of Tyler Loading, as that no-look pass went right into the hands of Rockford Boylan. Now the pass bounces off one of the Prairie Ridge players. That 3-pointer is good and controlled now by one of the Titans. That's number 33, Furley. Pass comes back up top, swing it down into the corner. A little bit of post play there as Furley hangs in the air, shot no good, and then the putback attempt by Foreman is good. Foreman's got 6. Boylan gets it again. They're going left to right. Putting together quite a pace right here. Foul down on the floor. And Boylan's going to get a chance to set things up. A couple more substitutions coming your way. Rowlett is going to check back into the game, as is a new face for Rockford Boylan, number 25, Ronan Jansen. Been a pretty quick first quarter in the first 30 seconds of this one, 29-9, and a whistle and a 30-second timeout called, Tegan. So we talked about what Prairie Ridge has to do to kind of chip away at this. So far, really only 30 seconds of game in all fairness. Rockford Boylan's coming out doing the same thing that they did in that first quarter.
Well, what our coach tells us is you got to win the quarter, and what you really want to do is try to outscore them in the second quarter and just win every quarter from there, and you have a good chance of winning the game.
Well, right now, Rockford Boylan outscoring Prairie Ridge in this quarter 7 points to 2 points. And as you said, an interesting observation, only 3 players on the Prairie Ridge roster are in the scoring column right now, whereas you look at Boylan, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different players in the scoring column, so doing a good job of spreading things around.
Yeah, their ball movement is really good. I haven't seen it ball movement like that in a while.
All right, to the line now is Luke McDermott. His shot is good. He's got 6 points here in this early evening contest as we are just coming up to about 5 o'clock Central Time here on December 19th in this Hinkle Holiday Classic. That next toss is good. So McDermott has got 7 points here, and he checks out, going to have a little breather as he makes his way to the bench. All right, Prairie Ridge trying to dribble now through full court pressure again. Sometimes dribbling through that press is the kiss of death, isn't it?
Yeah.
Far side to number 5, Trevor Potter, who's in the game now. Potter, a new name for us, as that one's taken away by Boylan again. Looking up the floor constantly as this Rockford team. They really do a good job of getting that ball up the floor.
Yeah, I mean, if you can push the ball and you can finish, that's really a coach's dream. All they want to do is go get defensive stops and then keep scoring, not even go into the half set offense.
6 minutes on the running clock, right to left. Here comes Prairie Ridge trying to get something going. Kyle Loading with it, dribbles with the left, scoops it up and flicks it in with the right. Nice little layup there for Kyle Loading. That's his first 2 points of the game. Boylan now bringing it up the floor, passing right through the press, rarely putting the ball on the floor when they do it. Seminario gets it over to Rowlett, tries to go baseline, kick it up top, finds a new man in Hunter Deckman. Now kick it back out, restart things to Seminario. Down underneath, a nice open look off the glass, nothing doing there for Jansen. And Prairie Ridge look to push it up the floor here with Potter. Potter dribbles with the right, finds a man far side in the quarter, that's Otto. Otto's got 2 points, throws that one up, now he's got 4. 31-13. Boylan now dribbling it through the press this time. And they are saved with a timeout from the bench. Coach didn't see anything he liked that time and called a timeout from the bench. So 5:01 here, 31-13 is the score. Prairie Ridge looks to be a little bit more relaxed as they have got a 4th person in the scoring column in Kyle Loading, who had that nice little layup we saw here right in front of us.
So sometimes it takes a while to get into the games, and it's not an ideal mindset, but sometimes it just happens where you don't get real comfortable until late in the second quarter, maybe even the second half, and then you start really turning things up, and it could become a close game because you've calmed down.
Both of the teams pretty similar in height. The starters for Prairie Ridge, 6'1", 6 foot, 6'1", 5'11", 6'4". Boylan, 6'5", 6'3", 6'2", 6'7", and 6'2". So Boylan a little bit more of an advantage height-wise. They've got a lot of guys that they march out there that are all about the same size, and 6'2", 6'3", decent size. That pass saved. Great effort there. And it gets kicked back out to Rowlett. Rowlett, far side. Now into the hands of Jansen, and that one's taken away. Up the floor, here comes Prairie Ridge. A one-on-one situation from the right to the left. Throws it up with the right. It's no good. Rebound controlled by the Titans. Rowlett takes it through traffic. Dribbles with the left. Tries to kick it down in the corner. That one's taken away by Loading. Loading lowers the shoulder and draws the foul. So 4:26, 31-13. A lot of back and forth. A little bit different than some of the other games that we've seen today. We've seen the pace slow down considerably, it seems, in the second quarter. But both of these teams are really getting after it and trying to turn it into a track meet of sorts as we get a nice chance to see Kyle Loading there at the free throw line. The shot will come right into your living room, depending on where you're watching. It's up, hits the front part, and it's no good. So Loading unable to connect as they are in the bonus down there. Both of these teams are. And a 10-second violation First one of those that we've seen here today, but good defensive pressure applied by Prairie Ridge to get that whistle in their favor.
Sometimes those 10-second calls, if you're on offense and they're called against you, that could be a really game changer.
Bradshaw with it, eyes the three, no good, kick it over to Loading. Loading picks up the dribble with the right, gets in, easy lay-in with the right hand. Loading's got 4. 31-15, lead down to 16. Rowlett's got it again, picks up the dribble, kicks it in, now it's outside in the corner for Cooper. Cooper's got the 3. And a whistle. Not sure what happened down there, Tegan.
Believe this a flagrant foul by number 5.
All right, let's see. Might have been Potter. I'm not exactly certain what he did, but at any rate, that the foul is called, and Prairie Ridge still going to maintain possession after that 3-point field goal from Zach Cooper. Prairie Ridge getting it across pretty quickly now. Down in the corner, Potter with it off the front part, no good. Rebound taken down by the Titans. Wisby's got it. Ball's down there. Possession arrow says it's going to stay on the left side of the floor, and that belongs to Prairie Ridge. More substitutions to report. Sam Furley's checked back into the game, as has number 12, Luke McDermott. McDermott has got 6 points this evening. Bounce pass, quick one, Loading up, unable to connect, gets his own rebound, puts it back up. Loading's got 6, all here in the second quarter. Loading, not one of the starters. Tyler was a starter, but Kyle came in as a 6-man. Up the floor quickly, Seminario tries to kick it over, and that shot is blocked out of bounds as Zach Cooper tried to take it strong to the hole.
Kyle Loading's quick 6 points here in the second quarter have really sparked the Prairie Ridge team, and they're starting to play more aggressively on defense because of his offensive performance.
It's going to send Zach Cooper to the line. He was fouled. Thought it was a clean block, but it was not, so he was fouled. He's 1 for 2 from the line this evening as he lets that one go. And that one is good. Make it 2 for 3 from the line. 35-17, 18-point advantage for the Rockford Boylan Titans. Next one is good. And Zach Cooper, 3 for 4 from the line here today. For Prairie Ridge, Andrew Eschweiler checks out as these Wolves try to bring it across half court. Nearly an over and back situation right there. Nice 2-man trap applied. Might have another jump ball situation, but it's into the hands of Rockford Boylan. A 2-on-1. Up with the lay-in is number 33, Furley, but he's fouled. And Tegan, he's going to head to the line.
In that situation, that was a good foul by Kyle Loading. You can't just give them an easy bucket. You got to contest some of their shots, and if it's a foul this early in the game, you got fouls to go. Even though there's a little bit of foul trouble having 10.
First one from the forehead by Sam Furley is good. His first trip to the charity line here this evening. He's got 3 points on the night, as Anthony Foreman, who's got 6, is going to check back in, and Ronan Jansen going to have a little breather. (37-17), just 3 minutes left here in the half. Next offering there is good for Furley, so he's a perfect 2 for 2 from the line here in the first half of this game. Prairie Ridge trying to break the press. They're doing it now with the pass. Kick it down in the corner, and it's knocked out of play by Hunter Deckman. A little bit different approach by Prairie Ridge, Tegan. They tried to dribble through that press earlier in the first quarter. Now they're trying to pick up the passes and try to spread the floor a little bit.
The passing through the press is much easier than dribbling, but if you have a kid who can dribble through the press, it's really just a downer on the defense.
Into the lane, Strong kicks it out. It's going to be a foul on the floor, as Chris Bradshaw is fouled on his way in. We're in the bonus here, so Chris is going to have an opportunity to try to bring it a little bit closer before we go to the halftime locker room. And speaking of which, Tegan, what do you think the adjustment Prairie Ridge needs to make in halftime to bring this one closer?
They really just have to stay aggressive on defense, which they've been doing the past couple possessions, and just look patiently for offensive plays and don't rush anything. Take your time in the half-court offense.
Bradshaw 2 for 2 from the line. That'll help things out a little bit as it's under 20. Boylan quick to dribble right through as Luke McDermott's got it. Picks up the dribble, kicks it down into the corner. Little post play here. Sam Furley is fouled. Oh, excuse me, there was a Furley gave it up there, tried to pass it, and it goes out of bounds. 2.5 minutes left, 38-19. Your scores you see right there on the screen. And here come the Wolves. Get it across that time. They do for 3. Hits the front part. It's no good as Chris Bradshaw unable to connect. He's going to try again. Can he go 1 for 2? No, sir. It doesn't go. Rebound taken down by the Wolves. Tries to throw it off one of the players. Did Brian Dorn, and nothing doing. And possession switches the other direction now as Rockford Boylan's going to have control of it.
That's always frustrating when you miss 2 threes in a row, especially the second one is frustrating.
Picks up the feet and is called with a traveling violation is Sam Furley. Furley, they've got listed, he's one of the bigger guys down on the floor, Tegan, 6'7", 210-pound senior for Rockford Boylan. Seen some college coaches, a nice opportunity for a player to be seen, especially early in the season, gets identified by a college coach and got the whole rest of the season to come out and see you play again if they find you here. That shot by Furley, good off the lip of the rim there on the left side. Comes Prairie Ridge for 3. Peyton Otto connects. And we've got to fix the net right there. Peyton Otto's got 7 points tonight. And just like that, it's 38-22. Things looking a little bit better on the scoreboard for Prairie Ridge.
Yeah, they've obviously calmed down like we talked about earlier, and they're really just relaxed and just trying to play their own game.
Prairie Ridge nearly steals it away in the corner all by himself for 3, and it's good. That's Hunter Deckman. That's his second three-pointer tonight. He's got 9. For 3, coming back the other way. Look out. That's number 12. Peyton Otto connects again. And all of a sudden, it's turning into a shootout. 41-25 with just 1:10 left in the first half. For 3 again. A little too much off the back part. No good. Ball's tied up. It's a jump ball, but it's going to stay on that half of the floor. Tegan, we kind of got into a little battle there with the threes for a minute.
Those are always the fun type of games where you just, if everyone's making them, if no one's making the threes, then it's kind of pointless. But when you have a shootout like that, that's fun to play because you want to get the ball either a layup even or just another 3.
Fun for the fans to watch, too, as Zach Cooper checks back into the game. Luke McDermott's going to have a seat for Prairie Ridge. That pass is picked off. It looks like Logan Card there may have stepped out of bounds on the near side. 41-25. Ball gets away into the backcourt here. And now across half court into forecourt. And Boylan may just keep this at one more shot going into that halftime locker room. Just 40 seconds remain here. Kick it back outside for 3. Too much. Rebound taken down all by himself in the corner there is number 21, Deckman. And he's unable to put it back. And Deckman commits a foul, and we're going to march it down to this side because we are in the bonus.
Deckman's been doing a little bit of everything. He's been playing great defense, he's been making threes, and he's been getting rebounds and putbacks.
Coach Mike Winters, head coach for Rockford Boylan, says here on our stat sheet that he's in his 5th season. Rockford just an enrollment of just under 1,000 students at 958. It's a Catholic high school, so private, a little bit different than most of the teams that are in this tournament, where it's not uncommon to, say, see a school like South Elgin that has almost 3,000 students and a school like Huntley, you know, upwards of 2,500, 2,600 students. So different situation, a smaller talent pool to draw from, but maybe more of an opportunity to identify players and get them to try something different for their high school education.
Absolutely.
4-3, that looked like that one was blocked, but the putback effort is no good, and just like that, Rockford Boylan Teagan's going to take a 41-25 lead into that halftime locker room. Let's update you on some of the scoring here. While we do the math, what were some of your observations from both of these teams in the first half?
Well, as we said earlier, Rockford Boylan had great ball movement, and they were just moving it through Prairie with the zone and catching them off guard and really making them make plays on defense. In Prairie Ridge, when they started to get through the zone by passing, they started to attack on offense late in the second quarter, and they really just had a little bit of an offensive spark.
Tegan, Boylan out to that 41 to 25 point lead. Be very interesting to see what Prairie Ridge does coming out of that halftime locker room.
Yeah, hopefully they just stay relaxed and they don't rush anything and they just play their own game.
Still got 2 more games here tonight, so we certainly appreciate everybody being aboard on our YouTube channel. This for the Hinkle Holiday Classic here at Harry D. Jacobs High School in Algonquin, Illinois. Second year we've done this. We're going to bring you 40 games over the course of the 5 days of the tournament. Tournament, of course, starts today, December 19th. You've got more games on the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, and then the exciting conclusion the day after Christmas on December 26th. Boylan in the white and green, and Prairie Ridge in that black, white, and maroon. Away we go, 41-25. See if they can chip away. As we've got more good ball movement, we'll get a better chance to take a look at Rockford Boylan as they're down on our side of the gym now, Tegan. For 3, off the back part, a little bit too strong. Rebound controlled by Prairie Ridge, and Lamb as he gets it up the floor quickly to Logan Card. Bradshaw had it, gives way, now swing it back to the top to Otto. Back to Lamb. Lamb gets in. His shot is no good. He's able to push it out, but it goes out of play, and Boylan's going to take over. Rockford slowing things down just a little bit. Zach Cooper throws it near side right in front of us to Deckman. Now swing it out to the top to Luke McDermott. McDermott had 7 points in the first half. Leading all scorers, though, is Peyton Otto on Prairie Ridge. He's got 10. Pretty good ball movement. Time management, looking for their opportunity. Little mid-range jumper is good. That's Zach Cooper. He's got 10 on the evening here. Prairie Ridge doing a little bit better of a job breaking through the press. Nice lay-in goes down. So Peyton Otto picks up points 11 and 12 on that effort. Prairie Ridge, Tegan did a lot better job there breaking the press that time and moving that ball quickly up the floor.
Yeah, that was a great execution of just passing through the zone and not dribbling and trying to make it a one-man show.
Cross-court pass comes near side. Furley had it, kicks it back out to that side. It's off the hands and saved, but right into the hands of Prairie Ridge as they push it up the floor. Brian Dorn's got it. Kicks it over. We're going to pick it up and put it down with a travel right there. 6:06 remain here in the third quarter. And we've got a 30-second timeout called by Rockford Boylan. So coming out of that halftime locker room in just 54 seconds in the books, they want to talk things over a little bit more, Tegan.
Rockford Boylan still has great ball movement, but they're not making the shots that they were in the first half, which that control later in the game, but right now it's not really hurting or harming them. And Prairie Ridge is doing a great job of just passing through the zone like we were talking about earlier, and they're trying to be patient on offense.
Pretty balanced scoring attack for Rockford Boylan. As we said, going into halftime, they've got 7 different players in the scoring column. Prairie Ridge, through the most of that first quarter, only had 3 different players get touches to score. They've opened things up a little bit now. 5 different players in the scoring column, but they just haven't been able to spread it around quite as much as Rockford Boylan has.
And that's due in part to Rockford Boylan's great ball movement, like we've been talking about all game.
Up the floor now, here comes Rockford in the white and green near side, right in front of us. Deckman gets it inside to Furley. He puts it up, no good. Rebound controlled by Prairie Ridge. A reinvigorated Prairie Ridge. Things moving a lot quicker now for the Wolves. Trying to get inside is Peyton Otto. Leads his team in scoring tonight. And a handoff to Luke McDermott. Luke with it, bounce pass to Foreman. Kicks it out, and we've got a whistle, an offensive foul. We've seen a lot of those today. You think there's more of that in the early part of the season, or is it all relative? It doesn't matter. They just kind of happen when they happen.
I think it's earlier because everyone is refreshed on the rules and they're just looking for calls, especially with some of the new referees. They're looking for the big calls like charges. So it usually dies down during the end of the season.
Say in the first part of the game that we saw one of these games earlier in the day, the officials really letting the guys kind of play. There's a lot of banging around, and then after they came out of halftime, they tightened things up a little bit. So it's interesting the adjustments that are made throughout the course of a game. As Foreman with the easy putback, he's got 8. Anthony was one of the starters. Boylan. Skip pass all the way down into the corner. Nice dribble drive up with the right. Strong, doesn't draw the foul and doesn't get the points either. And ending up down there on the floor was Logan Card. Now for 3, that's Chris Bradshaw. He's got 5. And all of a sudden it's a 15-point game. I say all of a sudden, Boylan had a 10-0 run to start this game, and they have been up the entire night. That shot is good, and a three-pointer right in front of us for Hunter Deckman. Deckman's got 12. Prairie Ridge again doing a good job getting back quickly, but Boylan ending up stealing that ball away and bringing it across now. Sam Furley, too strong. The pass, ball trickles out of bounds, and we've got a foul down on the floor. A lot of bodies laying around there. Bradshaw trying to plead his case to the official. And we've got some substitutions to report to you. Number 5, Potter, has re-entered the game, as has number 3, Seminario, for Rockford Boylan. Potter for the Wolves. There on the floor for the guys in white and green. Long 3, 23, 24 feet out, another whistle. And it looks like it's going to swing back this way. Zach Cooper is charged with the foul.
And usually after a technical foul, the refereeing usually gets tighter, so we'll see a lot more calls.
Inbounds play coming your way here as Potter's back in there. For 3 is Bradshaw, as that one rolls around and goes through. So that's Chris's second three-pointer in this quarter. And I think we're going to get that score bug taken care of for you, so you know exactly who's winning. But I can tell you it's Rockford Boylan right here, 50-33. 3 minutes third quarter. One thing I can say, Tegan, most of these games have been pretty quick today. There hasn't been a whole lot of stoppage of play, and the pacing has been kind of back and forth, but you know how sometimes you get to the last 2 or 3 minutes of a basketball game, is that three-pointer is no good. Sometimes that last 2 or 3 minutes of a game can last 30 minutes, and it has not been like that today, so I should probably knock on wood, huh? Although things are slowing down here a little bit with some of the whistles that are going on. Hard to get away with stuff when there's 3 officials down there, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you know, from every angle you get one, so you can't really get away with holding the jerseys and little things that normally aren't called.
Definitely looks like Prairie Ridge talked about breaking that press in the halftime locker room, because they have not tried to dribble through it, and they're spreading the floor out pretty well. Nice between the legs dribble there, penetration, as Logan gets it over to Bradshaw, who nails another 3. He's got 9 points this quarter, Tegan, all via the three-point basket. Definitely looks like a little bit different of a Prairie Ridge team, even though they still are chasing 14 points behind Rockford Boylan.
They're not really worried about the press because they're breaking it easier, as you said. So they're focusing on their half-court offense, and they're trying to get the open shots that they were getting in the first half, but they were rushing them.
Ball's knocked out of play. Inbounds play here, taking a little bit longer, nearly taken away. Good pass near side, as Seminario had it briefly. And now it gets kicked back out to McDermott. Come near side, Seminario. Back to McDermott. McDermott dribbles in with the left, has it stripped away, and a jump ball in motion there, and it is going to be property of Prairie Ridge. for three. Bradshaw again, that one's good. Used to be a video game, about 20, 25 years ago, Tegan, NBA Jams, and the announcer would say, he's heating up. And it's safe to say Bradshaw has 4 3-pointers as that one is swatted and then knocked out of bounds, but it's going to stay on this half of the floor. Momentum starting to swing a little bit to Prairie Ridge as they have come back by a lot. They're only chasing 11.
Again, 3-pointers change the tide of a game. If you make a couple, that's 6 points right there, and it could really just swing momentum.
That earlier, some of those 3-pointers can be devastating. A couple of cross-court passes there down in the corner. Great penetration, great dribble drive there for number 24, Farson, as he gets into the scoring column for the first time. Bradshaw launched another one. That one was a little bit off. Fans looking for a there. Get it. And we've got another technical foul from the bench for Prairie Ridge. So 2 technical fouls from the Prairie Ridge bench right there. I think Coach might have had a gripe, though. It looked like you could have called the charge there, but for whatever reason, with the action moving away from the ball there, he didn't get the whistle that he would have liked. Fans also letting their comments be known. First one rolls in, and it's good for Hunter Deckman. Deckman has got 16 points unofficially. For a while, they were keeping the tally up on the scoreboard here in the gym as that second one drops. But they don't have them up there anymore, so Deckman gets both of his to fall. And he's got 16, I apologize. Deckman's got 16 as the inbounds pass is kicked out of play. And things slowing down a little bit here with the whistle in the third quarter, as we mentioned, but so far it's been a pretty quickly played game. Certainly appreciate everybody for tuning in here on our YouTube stream and our YouTube channel on the Hinkle Holiday Classic. Of course, the host team, the Jacobs Golden Eagles, will play a little bit later tonight at 7:30. That'll be an exciting one to watch. Most of the coaching staff has been here all day, so they've inhaled and taken in a lot of, ingested a lot of basketball throughout the day, getting a chance to see some of the teams that they may see as pool play develops. 20 seconds left here. Boylan wants one more shot. Prairie Ridge trying to stay away from that ill-advised foul with just a few seconds left. Pass goes inside. A lot of contact down there. Swatted away back into the hands of number 25, and a great effort there by Ronan Jansen. First time into the scoring column for him, Tegan, and earned every bit of it as we've got the buzzer and the end of the third quarter. It's Rockford Boylan 56, Prairie Ridge 39. Tegan, Prairie Ridge definitely coming back into this game, and they had gotten it a little bit closer. It was within 11, but then Rockford Boylan goes out and gets back to a 17-point advantage, and that's the way it is here so far. We'll see what happens in the fourth quarter. How about Chris Bradshaw for Prairie Ridge? 12 points in the quarter, all from three-point range. He got hot there for a while.
Yeah, it's sometimes you can just feel it, and you just feel like you can shoot threes all day, and that's what he basically did, and that helped his team a lot, and they're playing really aggressively now.
There you get a chance to see the Rockford Boylan bench. Coach talking things over with them. We've had a couple of technical fouls from the other side of the bench, so hard to say exactly what was said or what was inferred from where we're at, but those things happen. Get a chance to see Prairie Ridge right there. What do you think of those warm-up pants? You see more of those, the kind of that old-school striped look. Are you a fan of that, or?
I never liked it. I remember I was little when my dad coached at Elgin, and Batavia had those pants, but in the
That's
McDonald's
right,
colors.
The
as
red
my
and
sister. Yeah.
Yeah, the red and white, and then they had a little bit of yellow in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you see some of that the throwback element kind of seep in some of the new stuff, and it gets popular for a while. It's just like anything else.
Yeah.
All right, fresh 8 on the scoreboard. Fourth quarter action coming your way here from the Hinkle Holiday Classic. as Rockford Boylan's going to bring it right to left. Wearing that white and green here tonight. Prairie Ridge, of course, in the black, maroon, and white. The Wolves. Nice pass goes inside to Foreman as he cut, but now they're going to kick it out top and reset things with Luke McDermott. Now near side, Seminario's got it. Pass from the hip. Back to Seminario, eyed it for just a second. Nice interior pass to Sam Furley. Shot is no good as the foul is committed before that.
Here, foul number 12, being on his third, team 7.
And Furley is going to go to the line. His team in the bonus. That one is good. So Sam picks up his 5th point. Another substitution. Bradshaw, who was hot as a pistol back in that third quarter, 4 3-pointers. Brought it pretty close, within striking distance at any rate, but here comes Boylan again. Both of those free throws for Furley were good. And Ridge dribbling through the press down into the corner. No-look pass goes inside. Shot by Dorn is no good. Rebound now controlled by Rockford. Pass up and over the hands, that was Seminario, and the ball trickles out of bounds. Angelo Seminario, they got him listed as a 5'9" junior guard for Rockford Boylan. Now down deep in the lane, 4-3 off the back part, no good was Dorn's 3-point attempt. Whistle and a foul from behind, so 7:09 remain here in the fourth quarter. Still time for Prairie Ridge to mount a surge, especially if they get hot from the 3-point line. But now with this amount of fouls and going into the bonus, things can slow down here quite a bit, Tegan.
Yeah, the one good thing about Bradshaw, other than he'll make all his shots, is that other people will be open. Usually they key on the shooter after they've made 2 or 3, so other shooters like even Peyton Otto will be open. He's been a big scorer for Prairie Ridge.
Foreman, the 6'2" junior, releases that second one. It's a little bit too strong, no good. He's 1 from the line here tonight as that ball gets knocked out of bounds. But I think you're right. Yeah, you can. A guy like Bradshaw can kind of draw a double team and maybe free up somebody else. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of ball movement Prairie Ridge can put together as they pass their way through this press again. Peyton Otto had it. Now it goes back to Bradshaw. Look out! Strikes again. That's his 5th 3-pointer this evening. And again, if he can keep connecting on those, or at least drawing more defensive pressure, Prairie Ridge may be able to put something together here coming down the stretch. Furley kicks it out to Seminario for 3, off the front, no good. Rebound taken down, last touched by Rockford Boylan. 59-42. Again, this tournament sponsored by Meijer. See the signs up in the concession area. 2nd year in a row. Got a 3-second violation called down there in the paint. There as we've got a whistle and a foul from behind, so we march it down the other direction, and it looks like Boylan going to have another opportunity in that bonus.
Here, foul number 55, Andrew Eschweiler. That's his 2nd, team 10.
Eschweiler out there committed the foul. We've got Andrew listed at 6'7", a senior. First one from the forehead by Foreman is good. Foreman now 2 of 3 from the line tonight. Get a good shot there to see Anthony on screen. Next one rattles around. That is also good. He's got 13 points tonight. For 3, the jumper from beyond the arc a little bit short. That's no good. Rebound controlled by the Wolves. Eschweiler ended up with it. Bradshaw for 3. Look out. That one angled a little bit to the left. No good. And the ball taken down in a strong fashion. Crispy, who's out there. That one swatted by Bradshaw in the open court. And he's fouled from behind. No way that they were going to let him get that easy layup there. Hunter Deckman guilty of the foul. And that's going to send Bradshaw is good. There's also another gym next to us, I believe, where a freshman or a sophomore tournament's taking place. And then deeper in the school is the quote-unquote main gym. where yet another tournament's going on with freshmen or sophomores. So there's a lot of basketball being played out here at the Hinkle Holiday Classic, and you can see 3 different levels of play should you come on out here, as we've got a whistle and a foul from behind. But with 3 tournaments essentially running concurrently, there's a lot of basketball action to be had. And we, of course, are bringing you all the varsity contests throughout the tournament, as that first one by Cooper is good. Cooper's now 4 of 5 from the free throw line here tonight. Make it 5 of 6. And Cooper's got 12, extends that lead, 69-49. Back to down there, Eschweiler's got it, top of the key extended, puts down the dribble between the legs. Little popper, picks it up, no good. Rebound by Deckman. Pushing it up the floor. McDermott kicks it back out to McDermott. Had a 3-pointer early in the first quarter. Was some of those points in that 10-0 run. He's got 9 points. Nice interior pass there to number 3, Anthony Foreman. Foreman's having a nice quarter here. He's got 7 points in this fourth quarter. 13 on the night. Here comes Rockford again. No look pass. Kick it back out to Cooper. Cooper switches back to the left. Gets it to Furley. Furley to Cooper. For 2, he stepped inside the line there, I thought, but they're going to give him the 3. So give Cooper the 3-point field goal. Cooper's got 15 points on the night. A lot of scoring for this Rockford Boylan team. They had 20 points in the first quarter. Take that back, no timeout. Just a substitution. Wispy gets it back out to Loading. Loading, as he flings it up there, it's no good. Ball is tapped out of bounds. Last touched by Rockford. So these Rockford Boylan Titans, Tegan, are going to improve to 7-0 on the season. And Prairie Ridge just suffering only its loss, came in 8-1. They're going to leave this day 8-2.
They're going to lose to a great team. This was a very tough team to play. They moved the ball very well, and they just played great as a team. And there's really nothing to be ashamed of to lose to a great team. They played really well, though, Prairie Ridge.
I'll tell you what, the way some of these pool games kind of play out, there's going to be some exciting games to watch later in this tournament. We've seen teams similar to this Rockford Boylan team. Crystal Lake South comes to mind. They did a great job of pushing the ball up the floor, and I'm actually really excited to get a chance to see the Jacobs team, the home team here. We had a chance to see them when we were setting up our gear last night, and I was pretty impressed with what little I could actually watch of their practice. Nice, upbeat, energetic, well-organized, kind of an intense practice. So it'll be really neat to see what those guys look like, get a chance to see them in game action. Just 1:05 left here in this game. Still 2 more games coming your way. Can you believe it? Stay tuned on the YouTube channel here tonight. Hinkle Holiday Classic coming your way. Forget about, what is it, ABC Family? I mean, how many times are you going to watch Elf, right? You can tune in here on the YouTube and watch some high school basketball. Boylan here basically going into the weave, and Prairie Ridge still playing strong. No quit, which is nice to see. Even though when you're down and you're chasing 25, the guys are still out there playing hard, so you got to respect that.
It's hard to play when you're down by 25, especially at the end.
Yeah,
It's not fun.
kind of, you're just sort of waiting for that clock to kind of have mercy on you and get it over with. So 30 seconds left. Rowlett had it. Gets it over to Wispy. Back out top to Rowlett. And the Boylan fans are going to start to clap it up for their team as they have a flawless 7-0 record. Another whistle. We're going to send 22 back to the line. That's Reed Rowlett. 16.3 seconds left in this one. First one by Rowlett is good. That's Reed's 4th point of the night. Get out of here with 5 should he sink this one. Gets that shooter's roll there. Gets in. 5 points for Reed Rowlett. We'll bring you all the scoring totals after the conclusion of this game. There's just 12 seconds left. Prairie Ridge, nice little leaner. That shot is no good. Back into the lane, puts it up strong off the glass. With number 11, Kyle Stenzel. And that is going to be it. Your final score, Rockford 76 and Prairie Ridge 51. So as we said a little bit in the 4th quarter there, Tegan, after Boylan went on that 10-0 run to start the game, that was really the theme of the contest. Boylan just kind of poured it on. Prairie Ridge, couple of nice comeback efforts. We'll tell you about Chris Bradshaw's performance here. A flurry of 3-pointers kept it closer than it would have been, but Rockford Boylan looks like a pretty good team.
Yeah, they play as a team, and that's usually the key. You know, there's no selfish players, and they do very well together.
So as we said, Rockford Boylan improves to 7-0. Did not play in a Thanksgiving tournament this year. I didn't ask why, but they did mention that when we were trying to get some information about their record, and et cetera. So let's recap some of the scoring here. First, for the Prairie Ridge Wolves, it was Peyton Otto had 15 points tonight. Tyler Loading had 2 points. Brian Dorn with 8. Kyle Loading had 6 points. And the scoring story for Prairie Ridge was Chris Bradshaw. He had 5 3-pointers in the 3rd quarter, 1 in the 4th quarter, including some free throws along the way, and he ends the night with 18 points for the victorious Titans from Rockford Boylan. It was Zach Cooper with 15 unofficially, Luke McDermott with 9, Hunter Deckman with 16, Anthony Foreman with 16, Sam Furley with 8, Reed Rowlett with 5, Ronan Jansen with 2, and finally Max Farson with 6. So that's the way things shook out here in this one. Game number 6. We're preparing ourselves for game number 7, and this the Hinkle Holiday Classic. Again, we said Rockford Boylan, once they went on that 10-0 run, Tegan, that was pretty impressive way to start the game, and they really didn't let up much after that. So as we prepare ourselves for Game 7, thanks for being aboard. It's been me, Ben Erickson, alongside Tegan Pompa for this one. You're watching the Hinkle Holiday Classic, sponsored by Meijer, coming your way right here on our YouTube channel. Stay tuned for more on this channel for more exciting high school boys basketball in this, the holiday tournament. Once again, repeating that final, 76-51. Rockford Boylan wins Game 1. They are now 7-0. Prairie Ridge drops to 8-2. We'll be right back on this channel with another exciting game here from Harry D. Jacobs High School, Algonquin, Illinois, the Hinkle Holiday Classic.